He was the most charming, charismatic, caring, loving person. He basically mirrored me. I'm a very, very, spiritual person. And he would say like how he loved it and how he was also bettering himself and how he loved learning Torah and how like, wow, I'm such a spiritual person. I want to build a house on Torah and love of Hashem. And here he's, he wants the same thing. That's my main goal, and unfortunately he was the first person and only man that I ever dated. I was 18 years old, naive, from a broken home, who was trying to just, do good and do the right thing and help myself. And I was unfortunately duped into this marriage. And the night of the wedding was very clear that I was basically trapped. And he made it very clear that he owns me. This is what he would tell me. I say jump, you say how high. I didn't have anyone to go back to. I didn't have anywhere to go back to. Then, you want to make it work. And he cut me off from my friends, my family, from everyone. He supplied me with a phone every once and again, and he would go down my texts. And, he had access to my emails. He made a Facebook for me. He had access to everything. So nothing was ever mine. Everything was always watched. I was always told that I'm under surveillance. When I had tried to run out with my son, in a second, he was there. Out of nowhere. It took him a few minutes, and he was there. Which, I knew that I was always being watched, but to see the proof of it was scary. There were many times where he had basically locked me out of the house in the freezing cold snow with my son, and only when he allowed me to come in, then I could come in. There was always workers in the house, the first house that we had started off with, being that his warehouse was in that house. When he would, physically abuse me, I would beg him quietly, to stop, please stop. I still remember him, twisting my arms, pushing me to the ground, and how I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed to scream, because what if the workers heard me? They would know what's going on. I still remember how he looked at me, with a smirk, he's so powerful, he's so big. When he finally, let up, and I just, I didn't know what to do, and he basically told me, and how are you going to fix it for next time so this shouldn't happen again? And I would ask him, what did I do? Just tell me what I did and I'll fix it. I promise you. I want to be more respectful. I want to show you that I'm such a good wife and that I'm doing whatever you want. And he would always, say, you should know, you should figure it out. When I had to get my son into yeshiva, he said, basically, if you want me to even think of putting Elisha, my son, into a yeshiva, you're going to write down right now 30 things of how you're disrespectful to me. And guess what? I started writing. I didn't know what I was writing. And then I got to the second thing and I said, what should I write? I don't know. How am I disrespectful? Just tell me and I'll be better. And he told me, you should know how all the things of how you disrespect me. You should know. You're going to come up with it. On desperation, I was willing to, do anything for my children, And the same thing with the rapes. About 2008, 2009 was when I was heavily pregnant with my son, Elisha. Basically, he came into the room and demanded sex, and I outright refused. I said no. I said, please, no. And he basically started hurting me, started hitting me and punching me by my stomach, and I screamed out, please, you're gonna hurt the baby, He said, I don't have to hurt. He said, you're hurting the baby because you are refusing to be respectful to your husband and when your husband wants sex. So I basically, I laid down there and I just, let him get it over with because I didn't want him to hurt the baby. So, and after that, he turns around to me and he says, isn't angry sex so good? And I said, no. I felt like a rag, but I didn't know that was rape. I didn't know that if I say no because, I'm married to him, he could do whatever he wants to me. And he would rape me to show me that he's powerful and that I'm the weak one. And whenever he had to assert his control and his power over me, he would rape me. It wasn't about, in fact, he never let me kiss him on the mouth. There was never, ever a kiss on the mouth because it wasn't about intimacy. It was just about control. When I was younger, I didn't understand fully what rape was. After they abuse you in any way, physical, emotional, sexual, they put it on you. And he would always tell me, when I was bruised or after he would rape me, he would say, first of all, he would hug me and give me and kiss me. And he would say, I love you, Rivki. And if you would just be more respectful to your husband and listen to what your husband said, I wouldn't have to do this. I would always have to apologize for causing him to hurt me. That was the cycle. If I have any message for any woman out there who, is suffering abuse, I want you to know that you are not the cause of it. It is not your fault. Nobody deserves to be abused. Nobody deserves to be hurt. Everyone deserves to live with somebody who is nourishing to them, who is caring and loving and respectful to them. No woman should ever feel trapped in an abusive relationship, situation, or marriage. If somebody is abusing you, you call the police. You don't deserve to be abused. You don't. If you are a friend of someone who is going through abuse, then open your mouth and say something. These are the times where you have to get involved. You are obligated to get involved and to help her. That's what we are here for as a community, to help each other, to love each other, and to care for each other.